What's up, YouTube? What's going on? So I got asked about an R&B songwriters Mount Rushmore topic, and I think that when I thought about it, I had to put that in perspective. Who would I say would be an R&B songwriters Mount Rushmore? And I had to kind of like, who comes to mind? Well, the first two choices are obvious as far as I'm concerned. The Smokey Robinson and Stevie Wonder. I'd say that they definitely belong there. And then I would probably say Sly Stone. Those three come to mind because they had major impact. And then I'd probably say Leon Ware if I had to think of four that defy it. Now, honorable mention would be R. Kelly because he was a songwriting beast. So in regards to what people think, and when you talk about R&B, he wrote some of everything for R&B, so he'd come to mind. I would probably give a nod to production teams. I'd say Holland, Doja Holland, Gamble, and Huff. So I would say, because when I think about dominance in sound and shaping up, there is a handful of people that come to mind now. And also Lionel Richie. Lionel Richie would be honorable. He would fit that list. I think when people get it misconstrued, not only just hit songs, but you write songs in different sections in different fashions and they connect. So I'd probably say that. I'd probably say those would be the honorable. But if I had to put it on songwriters, yeah, I'd say Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder, Sly Stone, Leon Ware. Sly Stone was signed to Family Stone, changed the course of R&B popular music. Now they're not my all-time favorite band, but I think they're the most important band in America produced because of the demographics and what they did, and Sly Stone's incredible ability to write catchy songs, which have been timeless, still felt across generations and impact. So I think what he did as a songwriter and what he was able to do, amazing. Leon Ware wrote classic songs from everybody from Michael Jackson to Marvin Gaye and to Maxwell. He is an incredible songwriter and working with Minnie Riperton and Quincy Jones. Songs been covered and just an incredible catalog. And that's one of those names that you should be aware of because the songs speak for themselves. You know, they really do. The Marvin Gaye's I Want You album was a testament to Leon Ware's greatness. So incredible, incredible. You know, when I talk about Stevie Wonder, the many great albums he composed, production, but just the writing, which was incredible, speaks volumes for itself. Smokey Robinson considered, you know, when Bob Dylan calls you America's greatest poet, that had to count for a lot too. So um, that comes to mind. That comes to mind. I'd have to say that if I'm looking at it from that perspective, that's what comes to mind as far as songwriting. And if I had an R&B Mount Rushmore, I would loan itself to those names. You know, there's a difference between people that had hits, and and there's people that I like. I give Isaac Hayes a strong shout out to because he's been underappreciated for what his contributions as a writer, and I'd say Curtis Mayfield too. You know, that kind of writing, which was on a high level. So they come to mind when I say R&B songwriters and the dominance and sound and style. There'll probably be a few others in there that I didn't mention, but those are the names that come to mind. But anyway, let me know who your R&B Mount Rushmore songwriters are and who you got. Please like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another and share if you like. Hit the membership. Stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out. Peace.